Just a very few progressive thinkers started this church 8 years ago here in one of the most conservative communities in the entire nation. And it's been very hard to recruit new members to such a left-leaning progressive church. And in the last couple of years, after the deaths of several of our most generous supporters, we were afraid that our days were numbered and we were about to close. But we turned to the community of more than 10,000 people who join us every month on the internet through YouTube and iTunes. And between 70 and 80 of you who join us through your computers, less than 1% of our audience still, but 70 or 80 people have decided that they want to vote by sending contributions to keep us open. Without them, we would have already closed. If there were lots of choices available on the web, I wouldn't even bother you asking you for any more contributions. I would accept that my days were done and I would find some way to slink off into retirement. But those of you who have looked through the web for other progressive messages discover that there's really not many options. And if you would like to see messages like this continuing to be available, then I need to ask you to please visit our website at www.spfccc.org and click on the donate button. And the great thing about PayPal is you don't have to make that decision over and over. You can click to make a monthly contribution. And some of our monthly contributors are giving us $5 a month, and if 10,000 people did that, that'd be great. But the truth is that only 70 or 80 of our listeners are contributing, and so we're grateful that some are contributing much more significantly and giving us enough support to make up what is a fairly modest budget. It takes us about $120,000 a year to operate this church, and that's with doing almost everything by volunteers. Our seated congregation comes up with about 2/3 of that amount of money, but the rest of it really needs to come from our listeners. I hope that we can keep this church going for many more years, but truly it's up to you. You get to vote whether we stay or whether we fade into the background, and I hope that you're willing to make a sacrifice to keep us afloat. Our offerings in the seated congregation will now be received. What comes to us through the internet is up to you.